my gracious, yeah. That's a lot of people.
Turn one. Come on, baby.
The Indy selfie cam up and running. The
Come on, come on. What the hell?
get going.
Every time I hit. One more time. One more time.
Wait, it's still going. They do rolling 3 wide. Rolling 3 wide.
Look at Michael Strahan behind the wheel of that 2025 Corvette GR1.
You guys are done.
What then?
I'm not asking you guys any more questions.
Why?
Now, only the answer is not fast enough or incorrect. This guy.
You're supposed to.
Well, we got 4 laps.
He's on live network television to millions of people all the time. Amazed the most nervous he's been in his life.
They're going to start this.
He's leading that field over there to turn 2. Everyone So as the cars reaches the now you're doing the Indy 500, tracks 2.5 miles around, it takes 200 laps to So what happened first? Lower temperatures today. You had to go with 7
What we bet on you?
My $5! You bet it on him the first to be out, right?
Yeah, right. Oh.
Can't believe it. Beautiful read.
That's first race?
No.
Yeah, I got a question for you. These laps under caution, do they count towards the race or no? This has never happened before, from what I know. But do laps under caution count towards the progress of the race? Yeah. I don't know about this one though.
All right, here we go, fans.
Got the hammer.
Ace car about to pull away.
But I guess you want to be on the inside.
Here they come. The 100 right running of the Indianapolis 500.
What's the old saying? Discretion is the backed off the table. Wow.
Better hang on to your seat, right? Yeah. Sportsman Award, solid Dixon. That's how we have been through 6 laps.
All right, so pit lane will be open here. Takers in the back of the field to try and top off the fuel. And
That's the word I was getting.
Oh, sorry.
he's the first one that might make a move off on the pit lane.
So we're being told the scene is clear down in turn 1. So McLaughlin and Marco Andretti out of the show already.
So 26th place, Ray Hall was the first one to make a move out of the pit road. Ray Hall, willpower.
We have about I'm not remembering.
Very understated, wouldn't it?
We're not having any records at this point, are we?
Yeah. All right, gonna get the 1-to-go signal here at the Yard of Bricks. So the 1-to-go signal now. Lights off on the pace car. We'll go back racing next time by.
And gonna have a single file restart this time.
I mean, we did the original 3-wide start, and now we're back to the usual restart rules during the course of the race. So it'll be single file. Robert Schwartzman will be in charge of the pace. There is a restart zone designated that begins basically just after the exit of turn number 3. That speed here and start to sort it out. You'll find out. But
We're looking at Bono's ready to go.
yeah, look on the outside. Turn 1 and chose to back it off.
Schwartzman working those tires. Here they come. The field's in 4. Here comes the restart. Green flag wave. Schwartzman leading the field out of turn number 4.
It looks like O'Ward's got a big run going down the main straightaways to the outside. Second spot to turn number 3. So Sato to second behind O'Ward. Schwartzman settles in third in line. He's got Felix Rosenquist behind him next.
Rosenquist looked like he wanted to make a move around Schwartzman. Here comes the field off of turn number 4.
Schwartzman to the inside and Rosenquist to the outside in the draft, headed to the corner.
on a team who will be 2 sets of cards for the rest of this one as well.
What a month of May it has been for Scotty Matt. So Takuma Sato already the third leader on the race. Will it be for the fall? He's got a few car links on Potable Award coming down to turn one. Schwartzman with a little toe in the draft on Felix Rosen.
Running strong right now, running in 6th. 12 laps completed.
We're good.
Takuma Sato looking smooth right now.
Back through the field, back to the
Rasmussen, Carpenter, DiFrancesco, Harvey, BK is 6th.
Here we go. Let's go.
like they were changing a brake caliper on the Scott Dixon car, and the green flag is out. Here we go.
Let's crank them up. Coming out for 4.
Into the corner.
The restart is under review by race officials.
There's a move on the outside as we come off turn number 4 down the main straightaway. I believe that was Eilot racing Rosenquist there. And the leader is now Christian Rasmussen.
Francesco 4th, Harvey 5th.
And DJ Clark has been in the Scott Dixon pit. What's going on there, DJ?
Well, it's a lingering issue that they had since the beginning of the race out when it's that left rear brake pad. It is searing and it is burning. They're trying to address it, but it's not looking good for Scott.
Rasmussen and Rossi. Carpenter running up front in that pack. Now they'll swap positions again. We may see that a lot today.
Alternating times out front because
about to make a move. There he is. He's in that purple car. Daly. 34 laps completed, 34.
Having a look to try and see if he could pick up a spot as he comes off turn number 4 now and tracks the rear wing of Marcus Ericsson's car.
We told you that running in the top 10. Here's the field coming out forward. Rasmussen looking for the pass. Got it.
So ECR swung to continue to extend the window.
Sato also a one-off. He is 6th.
Welcome flower shot.
That was like that.
Gotta have the flower shot.
If you will. Main Street 10 is Connor Daly.
Gets away. There's Malukas on the outside of him. There's Ferrucci. Otto Ward came in. Hard charging on Takuma Sato. 1 and 2 on the video. and that has 16. Started 7th. Last time we had a driver win from that 7th spot, it was his boss. For 18 laps. Where do we stand right now?
Stopped at lap 61. Francesco and Rossi. Yeah, he's got a couple of guys drafting in front of him, helping with the fuel mileage now. Maluka's car, look a little... Thinking about trying to get around Louis Foster ahead of him. They try to stay on this lead lap. Santino, Ferrucci, and Carpenter. Let's go down to DJ. He has an update on our race leader.
Yeah, bad news for the rest of the field. Sumizato is absolutely cruising here at this point.
Rossi.
Here comes Low, 2.
Yeah, they're right. There's smoke coming out of the back of one of the cars.
Just 2 miles here at this point.
And keep an eye on Rossi here at Indy. Playing to the attention of his team.
It's the car right in front of Perot. It's like, look.
Fourth position.
Yay!
Up there for our 2016 winner.
You know who's hanging around is Low. Low is just
Yeah, I think it's a brake failure like Scott Dixon.
And looks like the engine covers.
safety crew immediately on the scene.
Alexander's out. Good to see.
Rossi's out of the car, making sure all the team members are okay. Scene down there, let's be careful along pit lane.
Our safety team there is still attending to potentially the fueler on the Alexander Rossi car. So again, your race leader getting a little help with his mileage by having some of these off-cycle cars. 200 miles now in the Indianapolis 500.
200 miles down.
Congratulations. As he is rolling toward the front of the field.
You know who else is up there? 11.
Yep.
The old guy, Captain Evans, 50-year-old Elio, making his 25th start. Yellow, right here, heavy on the binders, back end gets around, and just enough to damage that car right there as he makes contact. Flag, and here's the green flag with Ryan Hunter-Ray in the lead.
Bottom track position. Behind him, trying to sort it out.
On one of them. That was huge. There you go.
There's the damage.
That's time.
I got you.
Gosh. That was a crunch. Yeah. Dang it, though. Gosh.
On the restart. Is that a third car down there?
There's a car buried. How many cars? Yeah, there's a
Stingray
third
Rob,
one.
just take a look at the number now on the camera angle swinging around. So Stingray Rob down in the inside barrier off turn number 2. Thing is a 3-yard. Restart mayhem has taken 3 drivers out of the race. There you see Kyle Larson standing.
Yeah, Kyle Larson out of the car. Okay. His day is done. Takes a mandatory ride to the Infield Hospital. Here's a replay finally. Let's watch this.
That was Larson who spun down inside in turn 2, then came up the track and clipped Simpson.
And Stingray Rob got high coming up through there. He was just ahead of that.
Off the corner, and he's going to pile into the inside barrier there off turn 2.
Replay. So we have some heavy attrition going on here in this race.
So they have to check up here quickly and then get him. Yeah. Well, I don't know. That just, wow. outside of Larson on turn 4 as the green flag waves on the restart. There's Larson to Armstrong. Now to Armstrong on the outside.
There you go.
Larson on the inside.
Larson makes the move on it.
You know, they were so close together in that corner. I wonder how much Arrow got the nose of that 17 car in. Oh, how about that for Stingray? Talk about adding insult to the incident. Speed racing as they work toward the restart zone in turn number 3.
And the green comes out. It's Devlin.
Trouble in the back of the pack.
No
Back with the yellow.
Oh my God!
We had a spin. Yeah,
I think it was Rasmussen.
he saved it. He did save it. Let's see. Let's go. Back to speed.
Short shoes. Leader accelerates away.
Harvey's right there lurking, Indy. Here we go. Green flag. Devlin gets a nice jump.
Watch third place here at second place.
Lucas making a move to the inside of Harvey.
And below the outside.
Four wide.
Malone gives room and everybody makes it. Marcus Armstrong being out of position, out of line on a restart, a couple of restarts ago. Here they are shuffling into turn 3. Newgard on the outside in 3.
Taking the high line. He's got it. Newgard making a nice move. He is on the charge all of a sudden on this restart.
He gets around Felix Rosenquist in turn number 3, and Joseph Newgard closer to repeat beyond the way today.
Newgard now 9th. Rosenquist in the top 10. Elio Castaneda in 12th. Just saw him on the video awards. He's in that green, white, and blue car.
So here they come and Ferrucci running a stealthy. Francesco's pit cycle is 13 laps offset from the next few cars behind him. 13 laps difference in strategy as far as when Francesco stopped and the cars chasing.
Lucas is having a summer day racing.
Position to win late in the race before you can have a chance to win. And they're in position right now with still 88 laps to go.
88.
Here's the Francesco.
Coming through 4, Alex Pillow. And in Powers. So after leading all those laps and having the issue on pit lane is 14th.
In the mix. And of course we know when Connor comes here to Indianapolis, he's always moving forward. Right, his last 3 500, started 18th, finished 6th. Started 16th, finished 8th. He's feeling it right now, coming up to turn number 4. Here's Connor Daly. Malukas right there with him. Last pit stop for Connor. We scanning in on these other front runners in the head of the pack now. It was at lap 87. So when will we begin to see these drivers peel off and make stops on the pit lane? And Carpenter stops. That looked like he had trouble getting the car going off the pit stop.
Looks like he was in the wrong gear or something. Here is Daly still leading.
Team who got off cycle and had the timing of things come back to them, gave them some track position, and they're in the mix right now on the same pit stop schedule.
Riding in third place, 8/10 of a second back in the race lead.
So 3 cars in line, then you get back in that situation again where you've got DiFrancesco, Foster, racing around here at the head of the field. Again, a solid day for Jack. Led his first laps ever in the Indianapolis 500. Where
Late.
Hollywood Harvey, they call it.
Touching and going.
And there is Alex Below continuing to clog out.
I got some bad news. What? I gotta urinate.
Heard a couple of drivers mention cold tires. When you come off.
You mentioned cold tires, and that track temperature is not very hot.
It's only 74 track temperature.
That's the insane.
So that's a tricky situation for these drivers as we watch.
Series of 2 different pit stop schedules, people will rise and fall through the standings like that as more cars head for pit lane. More teams laying out tires. Here comes Alex Below out of the pit lane. Connor Daly will come out of the pit lane. David Malukas takes over the race lead. down the pit lane. He'll get up there in front of
A lot
Highline.
of leaders are in the pit.
Yeah, Ferrucci had a good stop. There's Will Power getting in and out. Now here's the big one here.
What happened with Newgarden? We'll check on that in a minute. 65 laps to go. And there's Newgarden coming into the pits.
So Ryan Hunter-Ray is the race leader. This is...
Coming off the board.
Hot and heavy. It is. Louis Foster made a move there.
Must be something not happening right there in that machine electronically, shifting gears, whatever it might be. Those are just reporting on the radio something's broken, so they're trying to figure out what it is. But what a drive ended for Joseph Newgarden. Look at this mix-up down the front stretch.
4 wide they go. 4 wide.
Still Hunter-Ray. Rasmussen is second, Erickson is third, Lundgaard is fourth, and this race for what will become the lead when those other drivers make a pit stop.
Should have gone with the lowest odds.
Daly, Malukas below, Ferrucci. It's getting serious.
Einrod goes right him. Francesco losing a couple of spots here in the shuffle. As we come to the line to complete 350 miles of the Indianapolis 500. 350 miles completed here.
Who's going to make the run for glory?
All the way down the inside for turn 3. Paul's going to have to give ground.
And the two-time defending champion is out of the car, Joseph Newgarden. To be the first.
Erickson away from a pit stop. So now Christian Rasmussen is out there at the head of the pack as this pack charges down the main straightaway.
laps here in the final lap going of this race. 58 laps remaining.
142 completed.
Sorry, brother. You give me. I'm not good with you.
As they come around this time, should be
Lead. Rasmussen made a stop. Daly is
who's on the, he's the first car one lap down, and on the rear wing of the Hunter Ray machine here, that's Foster trying to make a bid to get back on the lead lap. He does. Into the corner.
He's in 8th. 56 laps to go.
Foster's not going to be able to stay in front of the race leader, Hunter Ray, so Hunter Ray will go back around and put Foster, the first car, one lap down. Foster in 20th position.
Still right there, hanging in there. Below still 4th. Malukas 3rd. Just saw them on the video boards.
So the tail end of the lead lap car, Foster fighting with the race leader, Hunter Ray. the column inches after this one, all the different subplots that are going on. Ryan Hunter-Reay's story, Connor Daly's story.
We're still getting after it. 50 laps to go next time by, folks. And we have a great show going on right here.
3/4 mark of the Indianapolis 500 right there. And a quarter of the distance still to go.
He's 14th.
Down 13th. Kirkwood also hanging out there. He's 12th. Don't count him out. Otto Ward still just cruising at 8th. Of a second. It's 5.58 seconds back back to 15th in the running order. Ryan Hunter-Reay has led the second most laps on the day in this backup car that they pulled an all-nighter. Getting a little bit of a draft help here. We're managing his fuel situation as concerned. Pit stop to go. And that's it. And Daly's last stop was 133.
Chevy power machines up front. Below the quickest Honda, he's in 4th.
7-lap difference in pit stops between our top two. And what that might mean if we run green all the way to the finish, that could be massive in deciding the outcome of this race. Back in the mix.
What we're getting on the Joseph Newgarden car is a fuel pump was the issue.
Feeling that these guys all behind Hunter Ray are on a fuel save here also, trying to get that point where they can make it on one more stop to the finish. Hunter Ray, Daly, Malukas, Pelot, Ferrucci, the first five. Somehow find a way to win the Indianapolis 500, a team that only runs once a year, and that's this race.
And always committed to Indianapolis, that's what it's all about.
still got 36 laps to go. I'm sure they'd like to get another couple laps out of him.
He's trying to hold on to this car. He's got Rosenquist getting around now. He's trying to stay out of traffic here. Look out, Daly trying to go. Is that Rasmussen trying to get around it? Daly makes it safely to pit lane.
So Hunter Ray leads Valukas and Palou with 33 laps to go. It's Palou who makes the move from third, Ferrucci from fourth. So Palou is in first to pit road here among those Power also pitting here in this cycle.
Right.
Watch where Lucas blends out here in relation to Palou right there.
He's on the charge.
Looking to the outside, but Lucas is not this time. Holds that spot. Indianapolis 500.
You're watching to see where he comes out in relation to just off the pit lane, and then Louis as on the last cars on the lead lap. He got right up on this group, but couldn't make a move through it. Side by side in front of him for just a minute. In front of the race leader.
guys right behind him, battling for first and second.
That's how close it is right
Is there a way to fly?
Laps to go. 17. 60 to go in the Indianapolis 500. Third car in line is the race leader. Eric. Gap back to Lucas. And Award seems to have fallen off a bit after that. Does it change the balance of the car? Who's got enough to try and get up there? Across the yard bridge we go.
Lead right now. Hello, looks awfully strong.
Swap that position again.
Down to 12 laps to go, 12 to go. So next time by 10 to go.
So Alex
Hello, digging deep, trying to hold on to this thing. No changes. There you see high above the race leader. To go at the line. Here comes a Lucas Award.
Oh, Eric Garrett's enough. Or did he? No.
To go with the Indianapolis 500.
He's the third part.
So when do you make your move?
And there'll be 3 laps. Alex Pillow said when asked earlier if he would continue with championships, with 3 championships in a row, all things that have never been done, but finished his career and did not have a win at the Indianapolis 500. Would his career be complete? He said no. He doesn't have to answer that question anymore. And some championship leaders coming in, winning 4 races in 5 fights this season, wins the biggest one of all. He is in his team on. Alex Pillow, the first driver with 5 of the first 6 races in the season.
Yeah, those 2 lap parts threw it off entirely. The 2 lap parts threw it off entirely.
A dominating performance.
I think that's honestly how Pillow staying in front was just lap.
Now he adds the Indianapolis 500 to his
Resume, he won the Grand Prix, now he wins this event in Indy. What a day for Alex Pillow. And what a drive by Malukas on 3rd. How about Erickson? Solid effort. 2nd. A bridesmaid again. And here's Alex Pillow stopping along the main straightaway. He's got something in mind here.
Yes, he does.
A new champion is being crowned on this glorious day in Indianapolis, and it's Alex Pillow climbing out the car. The roar of the crowd.
Great day for him. Oh, yeah.
He might take a victory lap. The club's coming off. He's jogging down the main straightaway.
If you win, you've got to do a jog around.
Alex Pillow, top of the fist. Here comes the crew. Up and over the wall. Careful, guys.
They're going crazy.
Dad. Look at this. Pure joy along the main straightaway at the Speedway. You did it.
A little bit of shake and bake.
So Chip Racing getting their 7th victory in the Indianapolis 500.
Besides the ones in pit lane, everything happened right here.
And Marcus Erickson feeling it after another 2nd place finish.
Yeah, there's really nothing in the 4th turn. Went down there in the 3rd, but like I said, otherwise,
This might be the best seat. This literally might be the best
Gucci, Bricky Davis, Sarah just Barry Monster.
we sit over there, like everything happened over here.
The exhaustion of 500 miles now setting in.
Hang on tight, guys. As Connor Daly stops to say congratulations to the champ. We're about to come on to track. We got another surprise visitor.
Yeah, so my sister was like, hey, we're getting a Corvette. Yes, but yeah, we're getting a Corvette. Let's go! Thank you.
When did you realize you had a car that could win this thing?
As soon as we rolled off on the first practice session, honestly, the guy's been amazing all week. All season, I have to say that.
Right there, they're
I mean, today the guy was pretty good. But yeah, it was amazing to be able to win. Let's go! Let's go!
All right, we're at the south end, turn number 1. Thank you for the warm welcome for the champion. Turn 2, you're up next as we come by to salute you.
I'm the pacer tonight. I cannot wait.
Let's go!
Thank you all for sticking around. It's the best.
Isn't this amazing?
It's the best.
Shit, this never gets old. Never gets old, Dave. Thank the fans in the South District here. Great to be here today. What a day. Bubble Bump, Alex, get fired up.
I'm trying, but I'm losing my voice.
Don't make the fans.